Hello everyone, I'm Professor Shelishak and this is English 130, Writing About Literature in English, Section 9, meeting on Mondays and Wednesdays in the fall of 2020. The goal of English 130 is to help you develop the skills that you developed in English 110 so that you will be able to write college-level essays on works of literature. This section of English 130 that I'm teaching is themed around the idea of reading the future. We will be looking at literary texts written over the course of the last century that attempt to conceptualize or imagine or predict the future. I think right now we're living in a time when the future is very uncertain, and it might be helpful for all of us to look at how various writers have thought about what the future would bring and why they might have come up with the predictions that they did, and what in their present might have correctly or incorrectly influenced their predictions. In the first month of the course, we will develop skills in close reading and analyzing literary texts by studying several short stories, all from the 20th century, about characters who have fears about the future for various personal, social, or global reasons. At the end of the month, you will write what is called a close reading essay, in which, in 3 to 4 pages, you will analyze and interpret one of the stories on your own. In the second month, we will read H.G. Wells' classic late 19th century novella, The Time Machine, which was one of the very first literary works to imagine time travel. The book follows a scientist from the late 1800s in England who builds a time machine by himself and then flies thousands of years into the future to discover what happens to humanity. It's crazy. After reading it, we'll talk about how its vision of the future reflected and responded to major scientific and political ideas of the time, particularly Darwinism and Marxism, in an attempt to understand how our beliefs in the present shape and maybe limit what we think will be possible in the future. You'll then write a 4 to 5 page essay called the Close Reading and Context Essay that puts the time machine in conversation with a text by Darwin or Marx. Finally, in the last month of the course, we'll read the recent science fiction novel Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, which was recently turned into a movie starring Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac. We'll talk about what the novel suggests about how we think about the climate crisis. The novel follows a group of scientists exploring a region of the American South where something very strange has happened to the environment and the animal life. It's very, very cool, I think, and very suspenseful, and very, very creepy. You'll then write a 5 to 6 page research paper in which you'll do research on the climate crisis and analyze the novel in light of the crisis. But now on to the technical details. All of the technical details about the course and how the course will run online can be found on the syllabus, which I've emailed to you, and which you should read through carefully. But I'm going to go over the basics of what you'll do each week in this video. Here's the syllabus I've emailed you for the course. If you scroll down it to the 5th page, you will come to the class schedule. For each date of class, every Monday and Wednesday of this semester, you'll see 3 things: the topics we'll discuss, the readings that are due for that class, and the assignments that are due for that class. So let's look, for instance, at next week's class, August 31st. We'll be discussing the topics close reading, style, and revision, and the readings are 2 short texts by the American writer Lydia Davis, which are available on Blackboard. This means go to the course Blackboard page, go to course materials on the left-hand side, go to the appropriate week of class, in this case, week 2, and click on the PDFs of the assigned texts and download them. Read them. Then go back to Blackboard, go to Discussions, click on the appropriate date for that class, August 31st, Davis Lydia, and find the link titled Lecture. Click on it and click on the YouTube link to the video lecture on the reading that I have recorded. watch and enjoy it.
Which means I'll be responding to your...
After you've watched the video, go back to the discussion forum for that date and choose any one of the 4 to 6 discussion prompts that I've written. Click on it and reply with a 200 to 300 word answer. Do this by 4 p.m. on the date of class. Then, by midnight on the date of that class, post a 100 to 200 word reply to any one of your classmates' posts. These posts will not be harshly graded. The questions are mostly just to get you thinking. As long as your posts are the required lengths and demonstrate that you've read and thought about the text, you'll get full credit for them, and taken together, they'll count for 20% of your course grade. I'll also be actively participating in these Blackboard discussions, responding to your posts and the posts of your classmates. The day after the Blackboard discussion, you should read over everything your classmates and I have written, as the overall discussions will really help you to think about the readings and the topics of the course. You should note that I haven't posted lecture videos or discussion questions for most class dates yet. That's because I'll be recording the videos and writing the questions over the course of the semester, so that I can respond to how the class is doing in something like real time. That's essentially how class will run for every class session. Every Monday and Wednesday, you'll do a reading, you'll watch a video lecture by me on YouTube, and then you'll post twice to a Blackboard discussion board. The rare exceptions to this schedule will take place whenever a draft of a major essay is due. Those dates are indicated on the class schedule on the syllabus. When a major essay is due, you will email me a first draft, and I will email you back comments but no grade. About a week later, you will email me a final draft, and via email you will receive from me comments and a final grade. But I will give you more details on each essay when we get closer to the due dates. You'll also need to check your Queens College email accounts frequently throughout the semester, as I'll be sending you many emails. Also, if you want to have an actual real-time meeting with me, one-on-one, to discuss your specific progress in the course, or a reading or an assignment that's coming up, email me and we can set up a session on Zoom or Skype. Okay, that's it. Everything else is laid out in the syllabus, which you should read through carefully. Under the discussion forum for today's class, August 26th, please post a short 100 to 200 word introduction to yourself, so we all get to know each other and who we'll be communicating with over the course of the semester. And then get ready for the reading, lecture video, and discussion for Monday's class. Until then, I hope you're looking forward to